Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple released watchOS 11.5 to the public. watchOS 11.5 is available around the world at the same time for everyone on all watchOS 11 supported devices. If you are a beta tester or a developer, watchOS 11.5 is the same build number and same update as watchOS 11.5 RC. So if you no longer want to receive updates as far as betas, just turn that off now and you just had this about a week early. This came in at 464 megabytes on my Apple Watch Ultra 2 in black titanium, was around 500 megabytes or so on the other watches as well. It just depends on which version you're installing from. Along with this, Apple also released many other updates such as iOS 18.5, iPadOS 18.5, macOS 15.5, tvOS and HomePodOS 18.5, along with visionOS 2.5. There's also older updates such as iPadOS 17.7.7. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the build number and talk about what's new. So we'll go into our settings here. Within settings, we'll scroll down, go to general, and then about. As you can see, the build number is 22T572. And as I mentioned before, this is the same build number as the RC or the release candidate. So you just had it a bit early if you're a developer or beta tester. As far as new features, well, one thing they've updated has to do with if you're using the TV app. Maybe you're using the Apple TV app on a third-party device such as an LG or Samsung TV. You now can confirm purchases using your Apple Watch, iPhone, iPad, and Mac. So this will now sync across that, and you can confirm those purchases directly from these devices, where you couldn't do that before. It just makes it a little bit more convenient on the other devices if you're not using an Apple TV or Apple device. Now, just like every year around this time of the year, we have a new watch face, and this time around it's the Pride Harmony watch face. You'll see here that we have one option for a complication, so I have the current date, but you can add things such as your battery or any other complication, but you only get one with this watch face. If we go back into it, you can see what it looks like, and this matches what we have from Apple on the iPhone with iOS 18.5. If we let the watch go to sleep here, it's sort of does an outline of this. Let's see if we can get it to go to sleep. And you'll see we have an outlined version of the watch face, and if I pick up my wrist here, it fills in. This is similar to what we have on the iPhone with iOS 18.5. Along with this, Apple also introduced a new Pride watch band that you can pick up now. It's available in the stores, and it matches everything else here. So if you want to pick that up, like I mentioned, it's available now. As far as features, well, that seems to be everything this time around. However, there is a bug fix that they've mentioned as well. It resolves an issue where the notification banner when the watch is fully charged wasn't showing. It's now showing again, and it's not been working so long that I forgot it was a feature. This now works again with watchOS 11.5. As far as other bug fixes, if we go into Apple's release notes here, under the public-facing release notes, you can see they've resolved an issue with StoreKit. They really haven't mentioned anything else. However, the overall experience seems to be less buggy. I've had less issues, but I did have an issue before filming this video where settings had to be closed and then reopened because it wasn't allowing me to change anything under the passcode settings. So there's some odd bugs still maybe, but for me, most of the time it's been stable. We also have many security updates as well. If we go to Apple's security website that we have here, you'll see that we have security releases. If we scroll down, you'll see all of the latest with iOS 18.5 and more. But if we go into watchOS 11.5, we have about 30 or so security updates. So you'll see everything from Apple JPEG. If we continue to scroll down, we have core media, kernel, the underlying code for the operating system, things such as WebKit, which is part of Safari or the underlying code of Safari, and people that were recognized for finding the issues. So lots of things that have been updated, and if you're curious about checking this out, I'll link it in the description, and you can read it, for example, with Core Audio, where it said the impact was parsing a file may lead to an unexpected app termination. The issue was addressed with improved checks, and then here's the CVE number with who helped Apple find the issue and report it. So those are available now, and if you're wondering if you should install watchOS 11.5, well, because of all these watch security updates, I definitely would do that along with iOS 18.5. Like I mentioned, so far it's been pretty stable. As far as the overall performance, well, that's been pretty good as well. If we go into maybe the activity app, you'll see it loads nice and fast. I've been inside recording videos, so not a whole lot of activity there. If we go into things such as weather, you'll see that loads fast, or maybe go into something that requires it to go live, such as noise. It's typically pretty quick overall, so no real issues as far as performance. When it comes to battery, if we take a look, we're at 96%. I've gone down a percent since filming this video, but overall it's getting me through about 2 days or so of use regularly. Using it on the RC, it's been pretty good with no issues. And if we go into our settings and go down to battery, under battery, we can get more details about battery health. So if we scroll down, you'll see battery health. Within battery health, you'll see if we scroll down, we're at 100% capacity. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 seems to last a long time. My Apple Watch Ultra 2 from last year still is at 100%. So overall, it's doing pretty well that way. As far as watchOS 11.6, well, we could see that as soon as this week. So watchOS 11.6 Beta 1 could release probably to developers and public beta testers sometime this week or possibly next week. Of course, Apple's working on the next versions of their operating system, and watchOS 12 should be shown for the first time on June 9th at WWDC 2025. So at this point, you definitely could wait for that. If you want to see what's new, that's what Apple's going to really update the watch with. However, we don't expect many huge updates this year. Mostly we expect a redesign for iOS 18.5. And of course, on June 9th, we'll get watchOS 12 Beta 1 and typically have betas throughout the summer, with a public release typically in September, the second or third week, around the new iPhone and Apple Watch launches. As far as if you should turn off the beta now, if you no longer want to receive betas, just make sure you turn it off, go into your settings of your Apple Watch, go to General and then Software Update, wait for it to load, and then you can turn off the beta updates and you'll just be on the latest version. Like I mentioned before, the RC is the latest version. As far as the watch face I'm using, since many still ask, let's go ahead and take a quick look here. If we go into this, press and hold, you'll see it's just the modular watch face. If I go to edit, you'll see the different numerals I have here. And then of course the color, I'm using multicolor. And then we have complications. Now we have the date. We also have activity, compass, messages, and then weather. But in the middle, we have an app called Lumi. This is a paid app I paid for a long time ago because I like the look of it. Countdown to golden hour, or one of the best times to take photos and video. And you can see other options here. You can count down to moon times, moon weekly, and other things. So overall, it's a pretty nice look. I paid for the app, like I mentioned, and they didn't sponsor this video, but I just wanted to share that as many people ask what watch face I'm using. So watchOS 11.5 is a fairly small update with some important security updates. So again, I would recommend installing it. We'll see any major changes they have planned with watchOS 12, so I don't expect anything big from watchOS 11.6, but let me know what you would like to see in the next Apple Watch update. Of course, I'll link this wallpaper in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.